When I stand on the mountain and I say, do it, it gets done. If it don't get done, then I'll move on it. And that's the last thing in the world you want me to do.
The Charles Manson family was a group of individuals who followed the charismatic Manson in the late 1960s. Manson was a musician and self-proclaimed prophet who had a magnetic personality and the ability to attract followers. The Manson family lived in a commune in the California desert, where they engaged in drug use, sexual promiscuity, and strange rituals. Manson preached about an impending race war, which he called Helter Skelter, and believed that he and his followers would emerge as the new rulers of society after the war was over. In August 1969, Manson ordered several of his followers to carry out a series of gruesome murders in the Los Angeles area. The most notorious of these was the murder of actress Sharon Tate, who was 8 months pregnant at the time. The Manson family members who carried out the murders were eventually arrested and tried for their crimes. Manson himself was also arrested and tried, despite not physically participating in the murders. He was found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder and sentenced to life in prison. The Manson family and their crimes became a symbol of the dark side of the counterculture movement of the 1960s. Manson's ability to manipulate and control his followers has been the subject of much speculation and study over the years, as has the question of how someone like Manson could have attracted so many devoted followers in the first place. Even after Manson's imprisonment, the legacy of the Manson family continued to haunt the public consciousness. In the years following the murders, several books were written about the family and their crimes, and Manson himself became a cultural icon, appearing in films and TV shows and inspiring countless songs and works of art. However, for the families of the victims of the Manson family murders, the legacy of the crimes was anything but romantic. The loss of their loved ones, and the brutality of the murders themselves, left a deep scar on their lives that never fully healed. Over the years, some members of the Manson family have expressed regret for their actions, while others have remained unrepentant. Manson himself died in prison in 2017, but his legacy lives on, as does the fascination with the Manson family and the horrific crimes they committed. Despite the passage of time, the Manson family and their crimes remain a cautionary tale of the dangers of blind devotion and the consequences of following a charismatic but dangerous leader. The Manson family's crimes also had a profound impact on American culture and society. Many people saw the Manson family as a symbol of the breakdown of social norms and the dangers of the counterculture movement. The murders were seen as a wake-up call that something was deeply wrong with American society, and many people began to question the values and beliefs that had previously been accepted without question. The Manson family's crimes were also a turning point in the way that the media covered crime and criminals. The intense media coverage of the murders, and the sensationalism that surrounded the case, set a precedent for future high-profile criminal cases. The Manson family became a media spectacle, and their crimes were discussed and analyzed in newspapers, magazines, and on television for years to come. The Manson family's legacy is complex and multifaceted. On the one hand, they were a group of violent criminals who committed heinous acts of murder. On the other hand, they were a product of their time, a group of young people who were searching for meaning and purpose in a society that was undergoing rapid change. Today, the Manson family is remembered as a cautionary tale of the dangers of groupthink and the consequences of blindly following a charismatic leader. Their crimes continue to shock and horrify people, and the Manson family remains a symbol of the dark side of the counterculture movement of the 1960s.